In this tutorial, I'll show you how to model a pepper grinder in Blender. Now the following video is a short clip from my full tutorial series on creating this realistic kitchen interior. So if you'd like to check out the full course, then I'll have the product links in the description. So before we start the tutorial, here's a quick video about the course. In this Blender course, I will teach you photorealistic interior creation in Blender. So throughout this tutorial series, I'll show you the entire process of creating this realistic kitchen interior scene. So what will you learn in this course? You'll learn how to model to the real life world scale, how to block out interior scenes, you'll learn interior modeling like windows, cabinets, and countertops, you'll learn how to set up texture maps and edit the UV maps. You'll learn how to create basic procedural materials like brick, plastic, and metal, how to add surface imperfections to objects to add realism, how to add decals to objects within the materials, using multiple UV maps to place textures, decals, and surface imperfections. You'll learn furniture modeling like bar stools, an oven, a fridge, a microwave, and more. You'll learn object and prop modeling like mugs, plates, vases, switches, and more. And we'll be going over some compositing effects to add more realism to your render. And you can find the links to the course in the video description. So I'll now go to the add menu, and I'm going to go to mesh, and I'm going to add a plane. And what I'm going to do is model like the profile shape of the pepper grinder first. So I'll go into edit mode and I'll scale it on the y-axis by 0, and then I'm going to hit M to merge, and I'm going to merge by distance. And so that'll get rid of the extra geometry, so now we just have one edge there. So I'm going to select the edge, we'll hit 1 to go to front view, and I'm going to rotate it by 90 degrees, like that, and then I'll scale it down and move it up here. So now I want to add in the reference image. So if you go to the project files, go to the textures folder, and then go to the MISC folder, there's a pepper grinder image. So I'm going to drag and drop it in here, and then I'm going to scale it down, move it here into about the center, make sure it's about in the center there of the 3D view. I'm going to select the object again, go into edit mode, and I'll select it, and we're going to move it down in edit mode, and we're just going to start to model the profile shape of the pepper grinder. So I'm going to bring this vertex down right there, and then I'm just going to hit E to extrude, E to extrude. We're just going to extrude that there, bring it up. Now what you can also do, if this is easier, is you can hold down Control and then click. So Control click, and you can just go along there and just extrude it, and then bring this up like that and over. So it's pretty easy to also Control click, or you can hit E to extrude and just stick it there. So I'm going to go all along the object, just adding that profile shape. And for this reference image, it's like black here, but there's actually like a highlight right over here on the edge. So I'm going to extrude it here along the highlight. And we're just going to continue to extrude that up, extrude it around, just add all those like fancy little details to the pepper grinder. And then we can extrude this out and up and back, and then up here, over here and back. So pretty easy modeling. And then this part here, the very top, it's usually always round on the top. And this part is like the handle where you rotate it so the pepper can grind out. All right, so I've extruded it all the way over. Now for this metal piece here, I am gonna model that as well in the same object. So I'm gonna select a vertex, hit Shift D to duplicate, and then extrude it up and extrude it all the way around, and then extrude it up and extrude out and up. And then I can extrude it back into the center. All right, so now you can see if I hit the A key to select the mesh, you can see I've just created the profile shape. And also here on the bottom, let's extrude it back in. So now what I'm going to do is use the screw modifier to rotate it around. So I'm going to open up the modifier properties. Let's search for screw and add the screw modifier. And you can see now it definitely looks like a pepper grinder. And if we go into edit mode and zoom into the top here, I want to merge the center points. So right there where it's merging in the center, I want to click on the merge button, and then I can just drag this back and forth on the x-axis to make sure it merges. Go down here at the bottom and drag it into the center. Now, if I were making this as like an asset that I wanted to use in lots of different projects, then I'd also want to model like the bottom here and model like the metal piece where it's like grinding the pepper. But in this tutorial series for this project, we're not going to be able to see the bottom of the pepper grinder, so I'm not going to bother with modeling all those details. I'm not going to model extra details that we're not going to see. Now, we also need to make sure we flip the normals, because you can see the normals look a bit weird. It looks a bit like dark up here. And if you can't really tell, you can click on the overlays and you can click on face orientation. So you can see that needs to be flipped. So let's open up the normals here on the screw modifier, and we can click on calculate order. That's going to flip it. So let's try flipping it. But you can see it's not really working. It's basically flipping it back and forth. So what we're going to have to do is recalculate the normals once we apply the modifier. So I'm just going to click on the drop down and just hide the face orientation. So now what I can do is I can change the steps viewport and the steps render to make it more detailed. So on the viewport and render, I'm going to turn both of these to 32, so it's more detailed. So now I want to apply the screw modifier, so I'll click on the dropdown and apply it, and then I'll go into edit mode and select everything, and I'll hit Shift N to recalculate the normals. Alright, so now what I want to do is kind of sharpen up some of these edges by adding some bevels. So I'm going to hold down the Alt key and select that loop there, and I'll hit Control B, just to add a small bevel right there. And also another thing that I want to do is hit the A key to select the mesh, and hit M to merge, and we're going to merge by distance, just to make sure it didn't have any overlapping vertices, but since we use that merge feature, it merged the center vertices. Alright, so now what I want to do is add bevels to anywhere where it needs to be sharper, or you can add a loop cut. So I'm going to hold down Alt, select that loop, hit Control B, just add a small bevel, Alt select that loop, Control B to add a small bevel there, so I want that to be sharp. We also want this to be sharp, so Alt select that loop, Control B to add a bevel. This here, you could also select this loop and just hit Control B and add like a larger bevel. You could also scroll your mouse wheel so it looks a little bit more round. You could Alt select that loop and add a bevel there, so it's a little bit more round. Then like right here, I could hit Control R to add a loop cut, drag the loop cut up like that, so it's a bit sharper. And then we can go down here to the bottom, and we can add a loop cut there, so Control R to add a loop cut there so it looks sharper. Control R, add another loop there. We can also select that loop and hit Control B and add a small bevel. Select that loop, hit Control B. And if it's just way too sensitive, you can hold down the Shift key to make your movements more sensitive, like that. So I'm going to continue to do that going all the way down. So just finding the spots that need to be sharp. Like here, I want to add a bit of sharpness there and a bit of sharpness there. We can also add like a bevel there and add a bevel there. Now, of course, we could use like the shade auto smooth, but if we use the shade auto smooth, you can see some spots here are going to be like sharp, and I want those to be smooth. So that's why I'm not using the shade auto smooth. I'm just going to shade it smooth, and I'm just going to go along here and add cuts just to sharpen up the parts that I want to be sharp. So I'll hit Control B there, Control B right there, and we'll add a bevel right there and a bevel there. And I can also add a loop cut right there to sharpen that up. But then like right here, this I want to be smooth and round. We're going to add a loop cut right there, then add another loop cut down there. We'll go down to the bottom. Let's add another loop cut right there to sharpen that edge up. Then we can sharpen this edge, sharpen this edge. And then down here, I want this to all be smooth. Let's go down to the bottom, Control R to add another loop cut right there. I can select this loop and hit Control B, Alt select that loop, hit Control B, add another loop there, and then another loop down there. And then let's add a loop there, and right up there, and here, and here. Then we're going to have another smooth part, and then we'll add another loop right there and down there. And then here on the bottom, I can hold down Alt, select that loop, hit Control B, and just add a loop. And I'm going to scroll my mouse wheel, so there's a couple of cuts there in that bevel. Go back to object mode. So now you can see it's like smooth around here, but then sharp over here. So there we go, we have a pretty detailed pepper grinder. So that's how you model a pepper grinder in Blender, and if you'd like to check out the full course on creating this realistic kitchen interior, then I'll have the product links in the description. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.